And welcome back, gardening expert Sally Cunningham's back in first time of the year. Welcome back.
Happy New Year to all.
Yes. Haven't seen you since last year.
I missed it all, but I want to talk about plant genus and species today, and I'm showing you a very popular old-fashioned house plant. This is a house plant called crown of thorns, but all of these plants are euphorbias. You wouldn't think that this is in the same plant group as the poinsettias that everybody has over Christmas. They're all called euphorbias, and there's a perennial euphorbia we use in the garden. And the thing about a plant genus, the real meaning is that it's plants with a botanical thing the same. This thing, you'd think the pink are the flowers. This isn't the flower. The flower is the teeny little thing in the center. Just like the poinsettia, the red part, those aren't leaves or flowers. Those are called bracts. The teeny little part is the flower, and that's what makes them have something in common. So it's interesting to learn about genus, but this particular species of euphorbia or crown of thorns, I think is the prettiest one I've ever had. It's my favorite new house plant, and its cultivar name is called Pink Cupcake.
Pink Cupcake.
So kind of interesting.
I want to take a bite out of it, but I'm not going to do that.
I'll tell you more about that.
All right, we've got phone calls coming in. We've got Millie from Orchard Park. Good morning, Millie. What's your question for Sally Cunningham?
Sally, years ago, a dear friend of me gave me a little white flower perennial that blooms only in December or January, and she called it a Christmas rose. What is the real name of it? Thank you.
Great, Millie. You can look those up. It's called Helleborus or hellebores, and they are the first perennial of a calendar year to bloom outside. In fact, in this season without snow, we may likely see hellebores blooming any time now. Some do in November right through March, and it's a beautiful perennial. Everybody should have hellebores. So just look it up. Start with H-E-L-L, and you'll get there.
All right, now we've got Susan from North Tonawanda on the line. Good morning, Susan. Happy New Year. What's your question?
Good morning. Happy New Year to you both. I have a question about black spots on roses caused by mold or fungus in the ground, but the too wet of a ground. How do you get rid of the black spots?
Yeah. Well, if you still have any debris left and you didn't do a really good cleanup right now, clean up all you can. But some older roses are just going to get black spot. It's a fungus that comes during damp seasons, and we're stuck with it. Clean up, and then in the spring, when your roses start to leaf out, it'll be time to use a horticulture oil product or a baking soda-based product. Look up, though, you need to treat early on the black spot fungus.
So preventative is the key there.
Yeah, preventive.
Okay, our final caller this morning, Diane from Elmont. Happy New Year, Diane. Do you have a question for Sally, I bet?
Yes, I do. Happy New Year to you. I have a question about my lawn, and I'm not sure if you can answer it or not. I live near a woods, and I have a lot of dark green moss on my lawn, and it seems to be spreading all over my lawn. Does that mean it's lacking lime, or is there something else I can put it on now, or do I have to wait to spray?
Good question. Many people think that moss means it's it's too acidic or something. That could help, but most of the time it means that you have poor nutrition. So you need to remove the moss if you want to, and then do good fertilizer and improve the soil. Add compost and then fertilize and reseed the lawn, because your lawn is just poor. And a weak lawn can't compete against moss spores spreading. On the other hand, you could just enjoy the moss. Before I leave you, I want to say with euphorbias like this and your poinsettia, don't get the sap on yourself or in your eyes. It can be very harmful, but again, most of us don't ever have that problem. So, hey, we'll talk plants the whole year now. Definitely
some good advice, and we might be talking plants a little earlier because of this mild weather.
We sure may be.
All right, thank you, Sally Cunningham.